Good afternoon. I am Kira. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm the community manager of Astrality and GT, and I'm also the founder of the Null Society. Speaking of the Null Society, that's exactly why I came on here to talk. I wanted to talk about the recognition of the Null Society. There's a massive issue, and I'm going to draw a parallel to try and emphasize how crucially stupid this issue is. Here in the USA, students around 6, 7, or 8 years old learn how to read books and then draw the main ideas from that book. We learn to interpret the overarching theme, the message that the book pushes out. We're not taught to view specific events inside of that book until later on. But the key is that we are taught at a very young age to always look for main ideas in books. For some reason, most people in this community cannot understand the main idea of the Null Society, even though I've preached about it many times. This is embarrassing. This shows that we are all below first grade level American students? No, this can't be. The problem is that you guys are too focused on vain things, and so I decided to revamp the Null Society entirely. I made it easy to navigate. I made it so that if you looked closely enough, you'd easily be able to see the full description of the Null Society as a whole. However, some people still can't grasp this concept. There are individuals that truly still believe that the Null Society is just a clan meant for fighting abuse in GT. This was never the case. It's far more beyond this than you can think. So, in order to address this issue, I've decided to read to you the full description of the Null Society as it is on this recording, so that you will have no excuse to not understand the Null Society and who we are. Please, listen very closely and understand what I'm about to say. As the Null Society, we strive for the well-being of the community, always. We intend to always make sure that this community is a positive environment full of vibrant life and social activity. That is the primary objective of the Null Society. Over the years of this community's history, Astrality and GT has struggled to maintain consistent flowing activity. Though people have lives to live, there is also the factor of a lack of motivation from individuals and disinterest. This was the main motivation for the creation of the Null Society, to restore what was once a flourishing community. As the Null Society, we push people to do more. We care about legacy, and we want to give things meaning. Though many see this as just a game, this is an entire community full of people with a variety of different minds, thoughts, emotions, and backgrounds. All of us are unique in our own way, and that gives us value alone. As the Null Society, we want to push people to reach their full potential. We want to ensure that people set goals that genuinely matter, and we want to ensure that people make meaningful decisions. Legacy matters because legacy is history. It is not for an ego. We strongly believe that this community is a community of valuable people, and so the actions we choose to take can have very meaningful impacts on ourselves and others. As the Null Society, we teach positive virtues. We aim to teach individuals valuable, positive aspects of life. We aim to spread love, justice, mercy, temperance, strength, patience, and so on. We wholeheartedly believe that every human should practice positive virtues because there can never be too much of it. The more positivity, the better. We stand against negative virtues and the spreading of them, such as vanity, ego, lust, vengeance, and so on. As the Null Society, we reach balance through justice. We believe that taking advantage of other people for a negative overarching goal is not okay. We believe it to be an injustice, and therefore we act upon it. A strong example of this is abuse within GT. We defend the weak and bring justice, not vengeance, upon those who overpower the weak in vanity. However, without any abuse, GT would be a barren land, and fighting would be pointless and only useful for fun sparring. By no means can we completely eradicate abuse. This does not mean abuse is good. However, it does bring balance, and we intend to keep this balance clean by enacting justice upon the negative weight to keep it controlled. As the Null Society, we show the need for God in this world. In other words, we show the need for light in this community. Not everyone believes that Jesus Christ is the Lord. However, it cannot be denied that his teachings were of great moral superiority, to say the least. In GT, there are many people that are in the darkness. They abuse, they sit meaningless goals, they discourage others, they disrespect each other, and they obsolete, non-valuable player. This is very similar to the real world, which is full of darkness and wickedness. In both instances, there is a need for light. In GT, the light is the Null Society's virtues, and in real life, the light is Jesus Christ. As the Null Society, we accept this description and we make it our community. These are our ultimate goals, and we will establish them in our willpower as we play, and we will spread it as best as we can. This is the Null Society. Now, here's what I will say. Now that there's no excuse to be in a lacking of understanding of the Null Society, all of you can finally grasp the meaning behind it all. Shooting back to earlier when I talked about main ideas of text, from what you've gathered here, what is the main idea of the Null Society? This is a question that only you should be able to answer. I will no longer answer it for you. In the future, if you misinterpret the Null Society, or you participate in vain things that the Null Society does not stand for, that is on you. You have to be accountable for your actions, and you are the one responsible for straying on the right path. I hope you listen very closely, and I hope you can understand the point of the Null Society. We are not just a fighting clan. That is not what we were made for. We were made for something greater because we are something greater. This is the Null Society, and we do exist, and we will stay. Welcome to Reality.